So after sharing 20 of my favourite Easter eggs and hidden details of 2025 a couple of weeks ago, it's now time to take a look at 20 more. As always, the only rule here is that the game or DLC has to have released in 2025, which is kind of obvious, and the other is that I can only share one Easter egg and one detail from each game, just to mix things up a bit. Oh, and make sure you stick around for my overly soppy and sentimental end of year message at the end of the video. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Now, if there was an award for putting your foot in it to such an extent that you decided to shut your game down and wait for all this to blow over, then the winner of this ridiculously long named but still very prestigious award would have to be Splitgate 2. Still, ignoring the game's disastrous appearance at Summer Games Fest, Splitgate 2 was home to one of the thickest Easter eggs of 2025. On the Onslaught Glacier map, you can find this. So way off in the distance is an extremely thick snowman, and I mean thick with two C's. Now, there is no way to see the Kim Kardashian of snowmen without going out of bounds, which is strange because I'm betting you can see that thing from outer space. Now, this next Easter egg was one that I didn't get immediately. I mean, I knew it was a reference to something, I just didn't know what. So, with that in mind, what do you think this is a reference to? So, on the edge of the map, you can find a giant spoon, which is a reference to King Batcher's Only a Spoonful Vines.
Hey dog, get some ice cream? Only a spoonful?
Now, Fortnite The Simpsons was some of the most fun I've had in a game in 2025. And that's coming from someone who hasn't watched The Simpsons in years. There were so many callbacks and references to the show, but my personal favourite was my favourite because it was so unexpected. You see, whenever you defeated a boss, this would happen. So, taking down a boss would cause Nelson to appear and perform his signature laugh. So, I have a question. What's the longest amount of time a video game quest has taken you to beat, or at least see the conclusion of? Well, I bet that no one answered 11 years. You see, in Borderlands the pre-sequel, you could help a man named Dunks Watson, who wanted to perform the ultimate slam dunk, though given the lack of gravity in the pre-sequel, I think Dunks got more than he bargained for.
Basketball! Yeah, so he's gone.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Borderlands the pre-sequel released 11 years ago, so what's it doing in a video about 2025's best Easter eggs and details? Well, during the Welcome to the Jam side quest in Borderlands 4, you can finally help Dunks complete his goal that was 11 years in the making.
Boom shakalaka.
So, 11 years after Dunks made his jump, he lands right here on Kairos. I mean, if I'm honest, his appearance is a bit of a letdown as he doesn't have much to say, but it's nice to know that Dunks is doing okay. Oh, and the other Borderlands 4 Easter egg is a series staple. If you go to this location on the map and shoot the barrels in the order that I do, this will happen. So I had to cut this short because the song playing in the background is copyrighted, but this is the Borderlands 4 version of the Tannis on a Fish Easter egg that has appeared in other Borderlands games. To this day, I don't know why this Easter egg is a thing, but it's still really cool. Now, Mortal Kombat has featured a ton of celebrity guest characters over the years, and one of the characters to make an appearance in 2025 was the T-1000 from Terminator 2. Unlike other celebrity appearances in the MK universe, namely Arnold Schwarzenegger, they actually managed to secure the likeness and voice of Robert Patrick, who of course played the killer cyborg in the movie. Now, since that movie, Patrick has gone on to star in plenty of TV shows and other movies. and Mortal Kombat knows that too. If you have the T-1000 fight against Peacemaker, there is a chance that this interaction will take place.
Why are you staring at me?
Because, man, you look just like my dad.
So the reason that Peacemaker thinks that the T-1000 looks like his dad is because it is. You see, Robert Patrick plays Peacemaker's dad in the Peacemaker show, so Peacemaker being confused here is really funny. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not even sure if this next Easter egg is an Easter egg, but if it is, then it's definitely one of my favourites of 2025. And if it's not, just ignore the next minute or so. During the Temple of Lomarith level in Doom the Dark Ages, you can find this. Now, I could be reaching here, but this thing looks like a clicker from The Last of Us. In fact, it looks a lot like the clicker found in Uncharted 4, which of course was also a reference to The Last of Us. Like I said, I could be reaching, but the more I look at it, the more I'm convinced, so let me know what you think. Now, in the previous Best of 2025 video, I said that this skeleton riding a car would be immediately recognisable to people from the UK. Now, if you're from the UK, you probably recognised what this was a reference to straight away. See, I did say that. Well, it turns out that almost everyone knows Mr. Bean. But that does leave me wondering how many people know this British TV classic. At this location on the map, you can spot a blue police box perched on a cliff, way off in the distance. Well, as you try to get a closer look, this will happen. So, after hearing a strange sound, once you reach the top of the cliff, the police box is gone, and all that's left is this hat. Now, if it wasn't already obvious, and I'm guessing to fans of the show it definitely is, this is a reference to the TARDIS from Doctor Who, with the sound heard when climbing the cliff, the same sound that the TARDIS makes when it takes off. The hat that's left on the ground is a reference to the same hat worn by Tom Baker, who played the Fourth Doctor. It's a really cool Easter egg. Now, if you've ever played a Hideo Kojima game on your birthday, then you'll know that usually something really cool happens. And if you haven't, well, this is what happens if you play Death Stranding 2 on your birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy! Yay! It's your birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Pizza's here!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear someone. Happy birthday to you.
So the entire cast gets together to wish you a happy birthday. Like I said when I covered this before, there could be someone out there who hates their birthday or is just having a really bad day. But they see this secret cutscene and feel just a little bit better. Oh, and that's not the only date-related Easter egg in Death Stranding 2. If you play the game on Christmas Day, when visiting West Fort Knox, you can find this.
Happy holidays.
Now, despite not being the greatest game in the world, Backroom Loop did have some really cool Easter eggs. First up, when completing a loop, there is a chance that this will happen. So this sunflower is a reference to Flowey from Undertale, but before you have to battle the angry sunflower, a goat steps in to save the day. Now this goat isn't just any old goat. This goat is a nod to Toriel, who saves you from the Flowey fight at the beginning of Undertale. It's a really cool Easter egg. The other Backroom Loop Easter egg doesn't reference a game, it instead references a mod for a game. On one of your runs, you can find this guy. So this is a reference to the Virgil's chair meme from Devil May Cry 5, which took the original thing that Virgil was sitting on and replaced it with a normal looking plastic chair, which is pretty funny.
If you want it, then you'll have to take it.
Sticking with loop games, up next is Twisted Gallery, with an Easter egg that's becoming more and more common. On one of your loops, there is a chance that this will happen. So this is a really cool reference to The Ring and this scene in particular. Now when you've been finding Easter eggs for as long as I have, you get used to seeing the same movies referenced over and over again. But sometimes a developer will reference a movie that makes you stand up and take notice. At this location on the map in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you can find this. So this strangely proportioned individual is a reference to Beetlejuice and this character in particular. Something that I only learnt recently is that this chap is called Harry the Hunter. I mean, I used to watch Beetlejuice all the time as a kid, and I never knew this. Now, despite being 18 years old and therefore legally allowed to drink here in the UK, Team Fortress 2 is still getting semi-regular updates, which is crazy. It was in one of these updates that a reference to a very popular game was added. On the manhole map, you can find this. So in the dumpster, we can see a pair of eyes peeking out, and if we take a closer look, we can see that one eye is pink and one eye is yellow. Well, this is actually a reference to Spamton, a shopkeeper from the massively popular Deltarune. Now, Project Warlock 2 is a boomer shooter inspired shooter, and that means that it has no problem referencing other popular video game characters, and usually they're dead. For example, on Episode 3 Mission 1, you can find this guy. So this is indeed a guy. In fact, it's Doom Guy, who, let's not forget, has appeared dead in a couple of video games before, including Duke Nukem 3D. So that's it. As this is my last video of the year, I thought I would take the time to thank you all for the support this year. It's really hard to show gratitude on YouTube without sounding like every other YouTuber showing gratitude, but trust me when I say that I appreciate each and every one of you that watches my videos. I know that I'm not the best editor or the best scriptwriter, and that's when the imposter syndrome hits hard. But each and every week, you guys come back to listen to me talk nonsense about games, and you don't know how much that means to me. Some of you have been around since the very beginning and started watching me when you were a kid, and now you're in your late teens, which not only blows my mind, but makes me feel very, very old. As for what's to come, I'm really hopeful that 2026 is finally the year that I hit 1 million subscribers, and hopefully the newly launched Easter Eggs and Hidden Detail series helps us get there. The new series has sort of reinvigorated my excitement for Easter eggs again, as now I don't have to scrape together enough Easter eggs or details for a video. I can now choose the best of the best and just mash them together in one video, which should prove to be more entertaining. Anyway, once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all in the new year.